So I recently started my first art journal. Well, it wasn't actually my first art journal. My first art journal I gave up on after about 3 pages because I just didn't know what to do with it. But a few months ago I decided to give it another try. Now, I'm not particularly proud of this art journal, so do bear with me, but I've learned an awful lot from it, and I hope that some of it will be of interest to you if you're struggling with your own art journal or you're thinking of trying one. So I initially picked up a small exercise book-sized sketchbook from Hobbycraft. It was just a few pounds, and because it's just cartridge paper, I knew that the pages were going to have some bleed through, and I also knew that some of them were going to warp. I thought it would be a good idea to prevent bleed through on the pages, and so that I could use both sides of the pages, just to stick in some loose sheets, scrap paper, reject pages, just to kind of stop that horrible bleed through that you do get on cartridge paper. So I'm not going to talk too much about actually starting this art journal because I've already done that as a video. What I'm going to do on this one is talk about the things that I've learned and the things I like and the things I don't like from it. If you'd like to see the other video where I start this, then I'll put the link in the video description so you can go and take a look and watch that first if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, let's get stuck in. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the things that I didn't like in this art journal, and then I'll talk about the things that I did like. The first thing that I hated was all of the glued in pages. I very quickly came to realise that I'd used a combination of cartridge paper, watercolour paper and mixed media paper on all different pages of the book. Now, not all art mediums work with all papers, so I was very restricted, and some of my colours didn't come out. And I think it was about halfway through this sketchbook I really just fell out of love with the whole glued in paper thing. The papers just felt very thick and crunchy and crusty, and some of them were too big and some of them were too small, and yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all. So I didn't carry that forward to my new art journal. The second thing I didn't like was my attempts at lettering. I'm not very good with lettering at all. I've never learned how to do anything like calligraphy, and so I think I'm going to have to add that to my list of things to try. So what I decided was, in my new art journal, I'm not going to do or try to do any fancy lettering. I'm just going to do block handwriting, and maybe occasionally, if I'm feeling confident, then I might experiment a little bit with some lettering styles. But I think the lettering in my first art journal really let a lot of the pages down. The second thing that really let the pages down were the colours that I chose. So originally I thought that my art journal would be a great way to use up all of those odds and sods of pens and pencils and markers that I don't use every day, because either they're felt tip pens or they're just nasty colours. And so what happened was I started using those in my sketchbook. Nasty colours that I don't like. So there's a few pages in this art journal that have very dubious colours and very scratchy running out pens, and that really did let this journal down. So I have decided in my new art journal that I'm not going to use colours that I don't like. End of. And the last thing that I really hated about my first art journal was not having a border around the page. Now, in my sketchbooks and on most of my loose drawings, I do draw a border around the page because I absolutely hate colouring off the edge of a page. It's just horrible, and you end up with pen on your desk or in your fingers, So one of the things I decided to do in my new art journal was to put a border around every single page before I begin. So things that I really did enjoy from my first art journal that I've carried through to my second art journal is I really enjoyed it when I started telling a story. It doesn't have to be a complicated story. I decided on my new art journal I was just going to set the intention on the first page. So my new art journal, it's just a Shaw and Marsh A5 sketchbook, And I know I said that I wasn't going to buy another Shaw and Marsh sketchbook ever again, but this was a gift and I would feel bad not using it, so that's what I'm doing. It's a spiral bound, and I didn't know how I'd get on with that. My previous one was a stapled sketchbook, but actually I really do like the spiral bound. I tend to buy spiral bound for my sketchbooks anyway, but I do quite like being able to fold the pages back when I need to. So I wasn't going to insert any new pages into this book. What I decided to do was to glue the pages together. So the first page I glued down to the front cover. And all the subsequent pages I glued together. Now, with hindsight, I shouldn't have used a Pritt stick, a glue stick. I had a recollection as I was doing it that Pritt stick doesn't actually hold paper together for very long. So, and it's true, it doesn't. So some of the pages did start coming apart and didn't stick properly, and I did just have to insert a little bit of craft glue, and a few of them I haven't done yet, so I'll have to go and have just a gluing day, I guess. But so far that method has worked pretty well. So note to self, don't use a Pritt stick, use some craft glue. I don't even know what came over me to inspire me to use that, but yeah. Anyway, gluing the pages together so far has worked really well. I haven't experienced any bleed through with any of my art mediums that I've used in this new art journal, and very little page rippling as well, so that's good. So one of the things that I really did like from my first journal was telling a story. And it doesn't have to be a complicated story. I enjoyed just putting down a snapshot of my day, and so I decided to set the intention with my new art journal on the very first page as a place to capture a day, a week, and then the Friends theme tune got in my head and I put a month or even a year. Sometimes it's about telling a story about what you've done, what you've been up to, or sometimes it's going to be a little bit about your innermost feelings and things that you're looking forward to, things that you're afraid of. But telling a story really just helped set the intention for the pages. I also came to realise about halfway through my first art journal that I really enjoyed working over 2 or 3 pages at once. So I wasn't just working on one page to completion, but I was flicking backwards and forwards, carrying ideas, and giving myself time to think about composition a little bit more. And what I found is that, I can draw a little bit, turn the page, draw another little bit, and when I turn back, I look at the page with fresh eyes, and it means that I'm kind of thinking a bit more about the composition, which does seem to give prettier pages. I also decided that I was only going to write on one side of the page, and the other side of the page was going to be for drawings. They could be doodles, they could be something in reference to what I was writing about. But I was going to keep the colours so that they work together, and I like this layout very much actually. Now, not all of the pages have really turned out very pretty already, but that's fine. I'm not going to stress too much about that. I'm going to just kind of learn from it and move on, because I think some people make art journaling look effortless, and I'm quite sure that they all started somewhere like this too, with not a clue what to do, no clue how to lay things out. And I think it's a very personal experience. So if you haven't started an art journal and you want to give it a go, just go with it. Just let yourself play, let yourself have some ideas, and you will actually just start to figure out what works for you. In some ways, I figured that the art journal is kind of like a little bit of a diary. Whatever's inspiring you on that day, just write about it. It doesn't have to be fancy lettering. And like I said, I've kept my lettering fairly simple here, but I've looked at different ways that I can display the writing, like around the page, in curves. Some of them have worked and some of them haven't. that's fine. Again, I'm exploring different ways of creating my journal pages. So one of the things that I did like from the stuck-in pages in my first journal was that there was a colour theme already set for me. And so I decided what I was going to do on each of my sets of pages that I was working on. I was going to pick a couple of colours and just put some marks down on the page. And at this point I had no idea what I was going to write on the page, but I just drew some lines that I knew I was going to put text in, and I just added some colour. Again, trying to keep my colour palette similar across the 2-page spread. There's two good things about this. One, I can prepare my backgrounds at my desk with my paints and my inks and whatever I want to use, and then I can just take my pencil case and my art journal, and I can just take it with me from room to room, do a little bit when I want, when I choose. And that's the other beauty of this art journal as well. Some days I will just pick it up and make one mark, one line, write one thing, and other days I will sit and maybe just work on it for about an hour. It's really no stress. It's not my sketchbook. I'm not trying to come up with new compositions, but what I am using it for, especially now, is for thinking about colour combinations and just allowing myself to play around with patterns, and also a little bit of drawing. Little tiny drawings, little experiments with colour. Yeah, that's what I'm really enjoying from this art journal at the minute. I also quite enjoyed being quite free with my paint and just using my paintbrushes more loosely and not thinking too much. I think sometimes I get, and I don't know if you do too, I get a little bit rigid with how I'm holding my paintbrush, and I'm just not allowing myself to be free. And that's where the art journal comes in. I can make some backgrounds and I can just do what I want with them, however I want. So I really hope that there's been something in my little art journal video which has inspired you for your own art journal. Do let me know if you use your art journal in a different way, because I'd be very interested to hear about how you use your art journal as well. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. Do give me a thumbs up if you've made it this far. Your support genuinely means an awful lot to me, and I hope to catch up with you again soon.